Ja, dass der Dorn nach außen
Genau.
macht.
Wir haben es jetzt durchschaut.
Hier wieder. For that we not only bring people together that share their passion for the Icelandic horse, but that we also bring opinions together and exchange opinions and take care that these opinions lead to a better view and a better practice when working with Icelandic horses.
We are all talking about horses, a horse is a horse, and I think especially the biomechanics we will talk about in the next few hours is it's the same in every horse. If there are individual differences, I think it's you to bring it up and to discuss about this, because I'm not the expert in tölt or in lateral movements, but I think I can explain you how the horse's body is working. I have a few interesting new aspects I can present you. I hope I can explain you, and I'm looking forward to the discussion. A little booklet named "The Rider Forms the Horse." Der Reiter formt das Pferd, the German word. It's almost 80 years old. I didn't know it, I have to admit, I didn't know. And when I went through this book, I found almost, I would say, 80% of my ideas. Something everybody can find out himself, standing in front of a skeleton and thinking. It's a logical thing. To train a horse is logical. This is not a tradition, this is what a rider who is not knowing biomechanics, many old masters who did not know biomechanics, Soinig, Dreihausen, Spanish riding school, Richard Wetjen, many guys from the last century wrote books, and they came to the same result, riding their whole life long. So what I want to say is, classical riding is not something political, it is the truth. What we plan with our horse, we want to be on the, how do you call it, oval track. You want to be in the arena and do a Grand Prix. You want to be in a parkour and jump fences. You want to do a cross-country eventing, whatever. You want to hack out and have fun with your Haflinger. You know, whatever you want to do, this, you have to cross the ditch. You have to be fast on the track. Number one. Number two, have a healthy horse. This is what they wrote, this is why they wrote these riding instructions. As a soldier, you could not afford to have a lame and back-injured horse when you rode to Russia. Yeah? Because then you were dead. So you need a healthy, strong horse, a horse willing to work. We had a practical demonstration and your young riders were sitting very good. Yeah? I wished in the warm blood world people would sit like this. I don't know very much about your sport, but this I can say. But I want to start with this, because I think if you get the biomechanics of a horse and if you want to really work on it and improve it in your horse, improve the balance of your horse, it's all depending on your seat. And you are aggressive or you are tired, you start to pull. End of the road. No chance. No chance to get it. And this is our fundament. This is our basis. If you don't, in my opinion, the seat is a lifelong project. It never ends. Yeah? If you have a stiff back, the horse has a stiff back. If your shoulders are stiff and your hands are strong, your horse is stiff in the paw, with all the negative results we will talk about. So the seat is the most important capital. How do you call it? Capital. What do you have? Yeah. It's a life project. Thinking, feeling, reacting. If you know all this, if you spend years in the stable with your horses, then you can start over with all this special knowledge. And then this knowledge helps a lot. Mount a horse. If you work with a horse, from this moment you are a trainer. because you are the guy who is deciding what are you doing with this 150 kilogram in an Icelandic horse, 150 kilogram of muscle mass, and how long, and the amount of training, whatever. And what it means for the muscle system, I think you know this from your own body. If you go to the gym and take heavy weights, or you are on your farm and you taking hay up to the first floor, yeah? 10,000 a day. You all know how you feel next day. If you're not very well trained, you know. You feel each joint, each muscle, each tendon, your whole body is like this. What do you think does your young horse feel when you start training? Exactly the same. Yeah? You have a horse, you have an animal built for horizontal movement, to run. It's a flight animal. Suddenly a guy is sitting on the back and disturbing the balance. So you start a big change in the horse's body. Yeah? The whole muscle system, and we go into this now, has to change, and this needs time. In the box and thinking, how can I make progress for this guy? I don't like him. A horse reacts. If the horse is bad, feels bad, stiff, whatever, it's a physical problem in the horse. So you have to think and say, okay, maybe it's not so clever to train this horse today. I walk a little bit, or I take the saddle off and send him out in the pedal. Yeah. So sometimes it's more clever to do nothing and drink a glass of wine than to fight with a stiff, especially young horse. Yeah? This means if you have a baby, you need long training intervals.